can you introduce yourself a little bit, please?
Yes, I can. I'm Jelle from Rona Art Supplies, and I have a shop in Amersfoort, not Amsterdam, Amersfoort, and we do framing and we sell art supplies.
Good. And you're doing it for a long time already?
I have the shop for 5 years now. So
This shop?
this shop, yeah.
Before you used to work with somebody else here?
No, I did another profession. I was in excavating, and I do I can you say in the bouw, yeah.
In the building.
In the buildings, yeah.
Well,
So different, but I'm married with an artist, so this was a small step to come here.
oh, yeah, I know. Oh, you have, she's an artist.
Yeah.
What kind of work did she make?
I don't have it over here. It's in the bag.
Okay, show me later.
I should.
I brought you a work, and it has to be framed.
Yes.
And I'm making a series about making exhibitions, and a very important part is to have the work framed very well. And I even saw this, I don't know whether I can film that, but it's so funny because you have a special glass for...
Yeah, because it's important to conserve what you're framing. It's one of the important things. Not looking well, yeah, it's also important, but the work has to be conserved for the future. So in glass we have more glass, but two are the most important. The normal glass, and it's letting through all the UV light. And we got museum glass, and that protects your work. So
great.
this doesn't it catches like 80% of UV light.
Yeah.
So if you have expensive work or work that is
Often
not made
yeah.
with light fast products, you need to use Visini glass.
Great. And is it much more expensive than?
Yeah, it's 2 times.
Oh, that's not really.
Yeah, a normal glass is like 45 euros the meter.
Yeah.
And this is like 200 euros the meter. So.
Yeah.
But you buy it once and you can.
Yeah. And it's an important when a work costs a few thousand euro and.
Yeah, then it's a no-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. How do you start all this?
First, I'm going to look at the people, and then you see what kind of frames you're going to use. Is it the classic or is it modern? And then I look at the work, and then we find together a frame. And now for your frame, I was thinking, because you want to see all, so I thought about it, and I was thinking about a natural wood. It's beuken.
Yeah, I'll find that later.
later on. All right. So that's how we do it, and we got like 150, 200 frames, kinds, maybe more. I don't know. And that's, we can pick them up and we can look at the product, at the artwork, and you can see if it fits or not. So. This is the work we're going to do today. So I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I can hold it a little bit in front of it. Oops. No.
Alright, and you can see what a good frame does and a bad frame. This is a bad frame, it doesn't fit the work. This is, if you want a really classic frame, you can do it like this, but it doesn't fit the work.
It's also very heavy for
It's heavy, yeah. You get most of the attention on the frame and not on the work. So I was thinking about wood because it's a natural thing, this.
It's a wood cut,
and you can see this fits.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything about the work.
Yeah, I love it. It's very nice.
And what we will do, you do not want to work against the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Because the glass has some kind of sour on it.
Yeah.
And it will attack your work.
And also maybe sometimes water or...
Yeah, but water is not coming into the frame, I hope. Then we got another problem. So what we do, we kind of passepartout around it.
Sorry, you also have special passepartout paper,
Yes.
also without sour in it?
Yes, it's PA natural. So we can do like this, we cut it around it. In here you lose a lot of the good stuff of the beautiful paper, so we cut around it and we put it like this, and you can see it's a good print, and we can give it a lot of space. I should turn this around so you can see. We don't need a lot of white around it because the artwork has a lot of white. So we don't do this, but we make it smaller.
Yeah, yeah. It looks nice, yeah.
So I think this is what we are going to make today.
Okay, great.
So now I will measure it and write it down.
Oh.
Alright, go to the back.
I have one more question. Do you sometimes make pictures of the work? Just to be, when it's fragile work or something?
Yeah, I do. When it's fragile or when it's damaged, I will take pictures. Otherwise, I write it down. In this case, I don't have.
Yeah, you normally do this process always together with
the client. Yeah. And then I say, okay, here's a spot, here's a spot. So we write it down.
Okay.
Okay, go to the back. We go to the place where we saw it, the wood.
Ah. Sorry.
Now we have cut the frame in the size we need. And we're gonna join them together.
I can not record the smell of the
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you smell it.
It's very tasty smell.
Shoots cramps at the bottom. I will see them later. Let you see later. I choose the size of the cramps I want to use. These are smaller than the frame I did before. Then I'm going to apply some glue. Now we join them at the bottom.
Yeah.
Now we can cut passepartout. So we let it dry. We go to the other side. Now we're going to pray it fits. And it does. why we do it like this. You can always remove the original out of the frame. You don't want to make it, how do you say it?
Straight connected.
Yeah, because you cannot take it out again.
Yeah. Fixed, connected.
Fixed, yeah.
Something like that. And the tape is also PI neutral.
Yeah, everything we use. So now we fixed.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Now we're going to cut some glass.
Tussen Maarsen en de knooppunt Oude heb je nog een half uur vertraging door een ongeluk. Er zijn 3 rijstroken dicht. Verder nog naar de spoedreparatie op de Martinus Nijhoffbrug op diezelfde A2. Vanuit Utrecht naar Den Bosch heb je ongeveer 50 minuten vertraging voor de kiezer vanaf Beest. De spoedreparatie zorgt ervoor dat er maar 1 rijstrook open is. 50 minuten vertraging dus, tenzij je ervoor kiest om op te rijden via Gorkum op de A27 en de A59. Verder nog een ongeluk op de A12. Even naar de A12. Vanmorgen nog bij de Meer. Sinds Ede zijn daar 3 rijstroken dicht. Dan op de A15 Rotterdam-Gorkum. Tussen Hardingsveld, Giessendam en Gorkum 5 kilometer file met 20 minuten vertraging. Dat komt dus omdat er vanmorgen een vrachtwagen... Ja, zeker bezig. Dat komt dus omdat er vanmorgen een vrachtwagen van een viaduct afreed. Momenteel zijn de bergingswerkzaamheden bezig. Rechteraad 20 minuten vertraging. Of je kunt omrijden van Oosthout om de A16, A59 en A27. Zo. Inbreng in jouw ANWB-verkeer. Misschien is dat beter. Ja, ik heb mijn eigen DHB-thema-kanaal heb ik aangevraagd. Dat moet weer klaar is. ANWB is. Dankjewel. Hoi.
Now it's finished.
Great.
You can go back to the owner. The work is conserved. How do you say it? It's protected for the future.
Protected very well.
And it can hang.
Yes.
So.
It looks better than before.
Yeah, I hope. Thank you.